It's been a while once again, but here's episode 155 of Ron's Update. Hey, this is Ron here. I'm in my kitchen on a Wednesday night, and I skipped my workout. I didn't mean to, but time went by, and I just realized that it is too late for me to do it now, so I'm just going to skip it, which it wasn't a run anyway, it was a cross-training day, so cross-training days are kind of semi-optional. So I don't feel too bad about skipping it. It would have been a bike trainer ride on my bike trainer doing Zwift, and I just wasn't in the mood, so I decided to skip it. Tomorrow I'll be doing a run outside, which will be great, and hopefully I'm planning on getting to bed earlier tonight than I normally go to bed, so I ought to be rested up for tomorrow and can get in a decent run. I think that's been part of my problem lately, is I haven't been getting enough rest, and then I don't feel like running or exercising, because like last night I got a little under 6 hours, 5 hours and 45 minutes say, and that's just not enough for me. And so this afternoon, when I was thinking about riding my bike trainer, I go, oh, I think I'll just rest. So then I rested, and then I actually took a nap, and then when I woke up, then I felt worse than I did before I took the nap. Did you ever do that? So then, got to be supper time, and then I watched a little YouTube, and then I washed the laundry and paid a couple of bills, the whole routine. And now it's 9:45 at night, and it's just too late for me to go ride my bike trainer. I don't like riding after 8 o'clock. So tomorrow I'll just try to I'd really like to get a trail run in. I haven't run on a trail for probably 3 or 4 weeks. In fact, this seems like this, even though last month I got in over like 131 miles of overall training, which basically is bike riding and running and walking, I really didn't feel like I accomplished a whole lot. So this month, I'm hoping to do better. But, we've had a hot streak in the 90s quite frequently in the afternoon, which is when I tend to do my runs. I never have been a morning runner, early morning, except for races. I've always run late in the afternoon or in the evening, and it's still been hot even in the evening late. Yesterday I ran, it was after 7 o'clock yesterday evening when I ran, and it was probably still in the mid 80s, but I had a decent run and it was still daylight. I like summer for the idea that I can go out late and still be daylight when I run, which I like being able to run in the daylight. In the wintertime, a lot of times if I do a late run, I got to do a headlamp, because a late run in the winter, any time after 5:30 is late as far as darkness. So anyway, let's get back to something else. I had this, I still have this thing going on with Alexandra in the UK, where we're supposed to be keeping track of our sleep, because neither one of us were doing very good at it, and I was trying to go to bed earlier and get up early, because I wanted to start getting up about 4 to 4:30 in the morning every morning, and have more of a day that way. And I've been just a basic failure at that whole thing. But now I'll have the COVID thing kind of hindered doing a lot of stuff. But basically, now that it kind of slacked off and living at home by myself, since my wife passed away 2 years ago now, it's pretty lonely. So what I've been doing is trying to get out of the house. So I've been working at the golf course 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I had been working at a major car rental company prior to COVID, part-time too, and of course everybody got laid off, and they called me back in June and wanted to know if I wanted to come back, and I went, well, sure, because I got really tired of sitting at home, and you can't train 24 hours a day, So I went back to work in about the middle of June. So I've been working basically 5 days a week, and trying to schedule things around the 5 days. But the one good thing it did do is it's helped my going to bed earlier and getting up earlier, because the 2 days now that I go out to Stone Mountain to the golf course to work, we're going to work at 6 o'clock, so I got to get up at 4 to do that. Well, if I'm going to get up at 4, I'm going to go to bed at least by 9, so I get 7 hours of sleep, because 7 hours is my minimum that I want to get, which I never seem to manage, but that's what I'm shooting for. And then the other 2 to 3 days when I work for the car rental company, I go to work at 8, so I've been getting up at 5:30, so I've been going to bed about 10:30 those days. So it's kind of, by going back to work part-time, it's almost like full-time, because I'm doing it 5 days a week, has stabilized my getting up early and going to bed. Before, during the COVID thing, I really didn't have to get up at all, and I didn't have to really go to bed at all, so I was going to bed like 2 in the morning, getting up at 10. And it just really aggravated me, but I just did it every day anyway. So having part-time jobs has helped me out. And plus, I've never been a person that has been a handyman, I guess you'd say. I'd rather pay somebody to do something at the house than me do it. I'm not a fixer-upper person. I know a lot of people are, but I've never been that way. I've always wanted to go do something else. So being able to have part-time jobs has supplemented my money and helps do things like pay for the yard people and all that other kind of stuff that I don't like doing. So it's killing two birds with one stone. It's helping me go to bed when I need to and get up when I need to. Plus, I don't have to do all the housework. I can get somebody else to do it. So does that make sense? I guess it does. I don't know. But training-wise, I've been the COVID thing, and basically you would think that when you had all that spare time that you would train more, right? Well, I didn't even do that. And my long runs went down the drain. I mean, I'm supposed to be doing a 10-mile run every other weekend. And the past two, I've kind of semi-skipped. Well, one, I did a 5-miler in the morning and a 5-miler in the afternoon because I didn't want to run 10 all at one time. And then last week, I just did 5. And I think the week before that, I was supposed to do 5, and I ended up just riding my bike on the bike trainer because I just couldn't get out of the house. So, anyway, hopefully this will straighten things out a little bit more. And I've registered for a 3.5-mile trail race September 26th, I think it is. Harbin's Park. It's by Dirty Spokes. There's an outfit here in Georgia called Dirty Spokes. They originally, I think, did mountain bike races, and then they expanded into trail races, and they also did the Xterra trail races and when they were going on here, but I guess Xterra trail races have kind of disappeared from Georgia. But anyway, they put on a series of trail races that I run periodically, and they got one Harbin's Park in September that I'm running. And then, my Disney race, the Star Wars race, got canceled. And they didn't switch it to a virtual race at all. They just canceled the Star Wars weekend and refunded the money. Well, the Wine and Dine weekend, they canceled it too, but now they've switched it to virtual. So I signed up for, I think it's November 6th. Virtual 5K, Wine and Dine 5K Disney. And then of course I've got Peachtree November 26th, which is Thanksgiving, because Peachtree got moved from July 4th to Thanksgiving Day. And then of course in December is the Galloway half, which I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to run it or not. I didn't sign up early, so I didn't get the discount for signing up early because I didn't really know if I wanted to run it or not. And I guess I'll just decide at the last minute whether I want to do it. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. So we'll see. And I haven't run with my daughter for a couple of weeks now. We usually go down to Lilburn Park on a Tuesday or a Wednesday and run in the afternoon, but she lives in Livonia, which is about an hour and a half from here, and the only time we really run is when she comes in to work, because where she works is, I think it's Duluth in that area, which isn't too far from here. But she only has to do it like one day a week if she even comes in, because she's been working from home this whole time. And yourself, and sometimes when you run by yourself, after a while, I mean, I like running by myself, but every once in a while you just want to run with somebody, you know, just have somebody to talk to, and I haven't been having anybody to talk to run with. Mainly, I guess, one of the reasons is since I'm an old geezer, I'm probably running slower than other people would run, and I just don't feel like I want to hold them back. So, you know, because I think Fleet Feet has a weekly run over in Lawrenceville I could go to, but I just haven't done it because I figured doing my run-walk thing, I'd probably be lagging behind everybody, and I don't want to do that. So, this is about a 15-minute talk, and that's just about enough for this short podcast today, okay? So I'm going to try to get this thing out if it recorded good, and we'll talk to you next time.
Hey, thanks for listening to today's podcast. We'll be here next time. Keep the emails coming in and be sure to subscribe.